Welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas Rana. We are one-stop solution for current affairs. You can find Crack Current Affairs course on our application exclusively for current affairs, where you will get daily, weekly, monthly content on regular basis. Use the code Vikas10 and get 10% additional discount while purchasing the course. Also, students, follow us on Telegram and Instagram. The link for the same are mentioned in our description. This video has both English and Hindi. The first part is English and second part is Hindi. Timestamps are mentioned in the description below. Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you are all good. Students, in this video we will be discussing important current affairs for the topic books and authors and obituary for June month. It will be an important session, students, so stay tuned with us till then. The first question is, who released the commemorative volume titled Operation Sindoor, documenting the testimonies of Indian Armed Forces personnel in May 2026? Who is that individual we are talking about? Who released it? It was released by Rajnath Singh, our Defence Minister. This commemorative volume was compiled under the guidance of Chief of Defence Staff General Anil Chauhan, and contributions were coordinated by Defence Communication Agencies, while publication support was provided by United Service Institution of India. If we talk about Operation Sindoor, this Operation Sindoor was launched on 7th of May in 2025 following the Pahalgam attack. Next, name the former Comptroller and Auditor General of India who edited the book titled When Audit Matters, CAG Interventions That Made a Difference. This was released by the Vice President C.P. Radhakrishnan in June month. So name that former Comptroller and Auditor General of India who edited the book titled here. Right option, Vinod Rai. Right, is the former Comptroller and Auditor General of India who edited this. The book was published by Rupa Publications India Private Limited, right? And this has real life cases and experiences. This book demonstrates how effective auditing can enhance the government systems and reinforce the public trust and also enhance transparency. Next, who authored the book Agathiyar, the Unifier, released by Vice President of India C.P. Radhakrishnan in June at a function held at New Delhi? So who authored the book here? Agathiyar. This book was authored by O. Sharma Bhatt and Dr. M.N. Sudha. They both authored this book. Correct? Next is, name the author of the book titled IIT, the story of India's most prestigious educational ecosystem, launched by Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla. So name the author here. Right option, Prabhat Kumar is the name of the author here. Right, and this book has been published by HarperCollins India. Next, in June, who released Group Captain Subhanshu Shukla's memoir, that is The Second Orbit Belief of a Man Dreams of 1.4 Billion Hearts in New Delhi. Right, it was to commemorate the first anniversary of the Axiom 4 mission that was to International Space Station. It was the mission of NASA. So, who released this book? That was on the memoir of Group Captain Subhanshu Shukla. This was released by Air Marshal or Air Chief Marshal Amarpreet Singh. Option 2 is rightly mentioned. Next, students, in June, Vice President of India C.P. Radhakrishnan has released the book Sanskriti Ratna Bhandar Bhavyar Itibrito at Uprashtrapati Bhavan in New Delhi. Name the author of this book. So who are the author of this book? Sangeeta Roy and Amarpreet Singh. These are, I correct, Sangeeta Roy and Jayant Kumar Roy. They both are the authors here. Right? Option 1 and option 4, they are rightly mentioned. Next, identify the organization that has launched a 200-page coffee table book titled Stamps, Coins and Banknotes issued during the premiership of Shri Narendra Modi in New Delhi, chronicling India's development through journey through the commemorative stamps, coins and currency notes. So identify the organization that has launched this 200-page coffee book table. Right option, Mintage World. Next, students, these were your important books and authors. Now let's move and study some obituary. Name the state associated with the senior Congress leader and former MP KP Dhannapalan, who recently passed away in May 2026. So right option Kerala. The new name of Kerala, Kerala. Next, veteran Indian personality and Padma Bhushan awardee Suman Kalyanpur has passed away in May. She was associated with which field? She was associated with music. She was a playback singer. Next, in June, Marcia Love Griffin, the Academy Award winning film editor, best known for her work on the ongoing Star Wars trilogy, has passed away at the age of 80. Which country did she belong to? She belongs from USA. Next, the noted constitutional expert and renowned author, a former Secretary General of Lok Sabha, Subhash C. Kashyap, passed away at the age of 97. He was awarded the Padma Bhushan in which year? So in 2015, he was honored with the Padma Bhushan. Next, in June, veteran film producer and former CBFC chairman Pehlaj Nilhalani has passed away at the age of 76 in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Next, who was the former Asian Games shot put bronze medalist and Arjuna awardee who passed away in June 26 at the age of 67 in Chandigarh? So who is that former Asian Games shot put bronze medalist? Right option Balwinder Singh Dhaliwal. Next, who passed away in June? The National Award winning Malayalam actor known for his comic and versatile roles. Right option Salim Kumar. Next, veteran Tamil filmmaker, director, producer and screenwriter and actor Bharti Raja passed away. He was honored with Dash in 2004. So he was honored with Padma Shri in 2004. Next, which sport was Padma Shri awarded Jaspal Rana? I repeat, which sport was Padma Shri awardee Jaspal Rana, former Asian Games gold medalist, associated with before passing away? So in simple terms, Jaspal Rana, who was a Padma Shri awardee, he was associated with which sports? He was associated with shooting. Next, Princess Bajra Kitiaba Mahidol, UN Office on Drugs and Crime Goodwill Ambassador. She passed away recently in June 26 at the age of 47. She was the princess of which country? She was the princess of Thailand, who recently passed away. Also, the diplomat, a lawyer and the eldest child here. Correct. Also, she was the Goodwill Ambassador of the United Nations Office on Drug and Crime. Next, renowned Man folk singer Garvi Devi passed away. Man folk music is a traditional folk music style associated with which Indian state? It is associated with Rajasthan state. Then next, name the former Vice Chief of Army Staff of the Indian Army who passed away in June at the age of 84, recognized for post-Kargil army reforms, revising army doctrines and championing the welfare of war-disabled soldiers. So name the former Vice Chief of Army Staff. Right option, Lieutenant General Vijay Oberoi. Next, renowned American scholar of Tibetan Buddhism, author and educator Robert Alexander Farrar Truman passed on 16th of June in New York, USA at the age of 84. When was he awarded India's Padma Shri in literature and education? He was honored with Padma Shri in 2020. Next, in June, Francois Englert, who significantly contributed to the theoretical framework leading to the discovery of Higgs boson and co-developed the Brott-Elgert-Higgs mechanism, passed away at the age of 93. In which field was he awarded the Nobel Prize in 2013? He was honored with the Nobel Prize in 2013 in physics. Next, name the veteran Tamil filmmaker, actor, screenwriter and director known as the Screenplay King who passed away at the age of 73 in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. So name that veteran Tamil filmmaker. Right option K. Bhagyaraj. So these were your important current affairs, students. Now let's move to some revision part.
Next, which of the following is not among the 4 premium credit card variants launched by Karur Vysya Bank Limited on the Visa platform in May month? So which of the following is not among the 4 premium credit cards? Right option, Zenith Visa Platinum. Next, Identify the bank powering the Bharat Pay Flex credit card on UPI solutions launched by Bharat Pay in June, which allow eligible customers to make daily UPI payments using a pre-approved credit line. So identify that bank. The bank that we are discussing here is which one? It is among the following if we see Yes Bank Limited. Next, name the country where India's UPI was enabled for payments via Khmer Quick Response Network in June through the partnership of NPCI International Payment Limited. This is the international arm of NPCI and Ekleda Bank. So we can say this Ekleda Bank is of which country? It is of Cambodia, and we will be seeing this KHQR based payments with this QR code based payments in Cambodia. That is UPI payments will be enabled in Cambodia also now, right? Next, name the bank that partnered with Asian Development Bank in June that will strengthen the supply chain finance in India through USA and Indian rupee. That means from dollar and Indian rupee, the supply chain financing will be strengthened. It is Standard Chartered Bank. Next, identify the global development institution that, along with Siemens and Futon, committed $105 million in June to Hygenco Green Energies Private Limited to accelerate green hydrogen projects in India. So, identify that global development institution which we are talking about. It is IFC, International Finance Corporation, right? It is the World Bank Group company or organization, right? They have committed $50 million, right? That includes a $25 million from their own account while managing two blended finance facilities to de-risk the platform and attract private investment. Next, name the public sector bank that was penalized a 41.8 lakh rupees by RBI in June for lapses in KYC compliance and account classification under the Banking Regulation Act of 1949. Right option, Canara Bank. Then identify that organization that was recognized by RBI in June as a self-regulatory organization for Indian account aggregator ecosystem. So identify that organization. Which organization are we talking about? It is Sehmati Foundation. Then identify the company that received NPCI certification in June as a biller operating unit under the Bharat Bill Payment Systems operated by NPCI Bharat Bill Payment Limited. So identify that company. It is Viona Fintech India Private Limited. Next, identify the company that received the final Securities and Exchange Board of India approval, that is SEBI approval, in June to commence mutual fund operations. So recently, which organization was granted this SEBI approval to operate as a mutual fund business? Nuvama Wealth Management Limited. Next, name the cooperative bank on which RBI imposed a strict restrictions on a period of for 6 months starting from 12th of June. It is Mogavira Cooperative Bank Limited. On them, 6 months of restrictions was imposed by RBI. Next, identify the state where RBI has launched RBI Reelathon, a statewide cyber fraud awareness campaign across approximately 150 colleges. So, identify that state. It is Kerala. The new name, Keralam. Right? The initiative was inaugurated at the RBI office at the Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala. And the phase targets students vulnerable to cyber frauds and is implemented through a 3-phase program comprising awareness sessions on financial literacy and safe digital practices. Next, choose the term deposit scheme launched by Bank of Baroda in June with a 555-day tenure offering interest rates up to 7.4% per annum. Next, name the private sector bank that partnered with the Northern Arc Capital in June to expand credit access and digital lending across India. So name that private sector bank. It is Yes Bank. Next, in June, Dash expanded their portfolio by introducing 11 new sector-specific indices, expanding their total to 34. Right option, National Stock Exchange Indices Limited. Next, under the revised RBI norms for Emergency Credit Line Guarantee Scheme 5.0 loans in June, what percentage of the guaranteed portion will attract a zero risk weight for banks? So, 75% of the guaranteed portion will attract a zero risk weight for banks. Then how much financing package was signed by the Asian Development Bank with Schoolnet India Limited in June to expand digital learning infrastructure in government schools across India? So how much financing? It is $10 million financing package was announced. Then next, where will Axis Bank and BTS Industry Research Technology and Innovation Park will be established under the agreement signed between the BITS Pilani and Axis Bank Limited in June. So this will be set up in Hyderabad, Telangana. Right students, where it will be? It will be in Hyderabad, Telangana. And this project is backed by 100 crore rupees corporate social responsibility grant from Axis Bank. Next, which of the following is the name of India's first Sattvic index launched by Bombay Stock Exchange Index Services Private Limited in June to promote ethical based investing? It is BSE Sattvic 100. Next, who has been appointed as the chairperson of the working group on artificial intelligence constituted by IRDAI in June to guide AI adoption in the insurance sector? Right option, Professor Sandeep K. Shukla. Next, what is the annual interest rate offered under the foreign currency non-resident max deposit scheme launched by the Federal Bank in June for US denominated deposits? It is 6.25% that is offered to them. Right, where the tenures range from 3 to 5 years, right, and these are your US denominated deposits. The scheme aims to provide NRIs with a secure high yield foreign currency deposits in dollar. Then Zerodha Fund House, that is India's first passive only direct only asset management company, has launched India's first life cycle target based mutual fund, namely Zerodha Life Cycle Fund 2036 and Zerodha Life Cycle Fund 2041. So here the maturity is for 10 years and 15 years, that is 2036 and 2041. Next, identify the correct payment network for eco-friendly co-branded twin credit card launched in June by Punjab National Bank in partnership with Zegal Prepared Ocean Service Limited. So identify the correct payment network here. It is Visa and Visa and RuPay. Right, not option A but option 5. Next, identify the amount approved by the World Bank in June to support India's structural reforms under the Private Sector Development Policy Financing Program aimed at boosting private sector led job creation and economic growth. It is $1.5 billion. Next, name the or find the name of AI powered grievance redressal platform launched by PFRDA in June 26 for pension scheme subscribers. So find the name of that AI powered grievance redressal platform. It is Pension Sahayak Portal. This platform, it consolidates various pension service channels into a single digital system, and the portal will be available in 22 Indian languages with the integration of Bhashini platform. Next, name the type of metal derivatives that are being promoted under the MOU signed between National Stock Exchange of India Limited and Bharat Metal Exchange in June 26 that will strengthen India's derivative markets. So name that type of metal derivative. What it is this? It is non-ferrous metals. Right? What are these non-ferrous metals? They focus such as copper, aluminium, zinc, lead, nickel. They play a crucial role in India's industrial and manufacturing sector.